Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Keys. If you're new here, I wanted to say thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you come back consistently. And I'm cool and stuff, kind of. So go ahead and subscribe down below. And if you're not new here and you're already subscribed, I wanted to say thank you so much for deciding to become a part of the family. And we appreciate y'all like more than anything. We really do appreciate you guys here. And I wanted to get that out the way because today I wanted to talk about my therapy sessions and how that's going. I've been wanting to do this for a while just because I highly endorse therapy, whether you feel like you need it, whether it's just a vent session, whether it's to heal from trauma or traumatic events that have happened in your life. I think that therapy is good for anybody. And in my case, I guess it's kind of like a mix of all three. But I never talk about how hard it is to like start therapy. And even for me, it's been hard to start therapy, not because I was like, oh, I don't want to open up to a stranger or I don't want to look crazy, but seriously, I think I've been to 3 or 4 different therapists in the last couple of years. I think since 2016. And it was not that these people weren't nice, but everybody, it doesn't fit you or fit me. And it's really important to have a therapist that you are okay with opening up to and feel comfortable with. And at the end of your sessions, you feel like even if you are a little bit more heavy or if you cried during the session, it's important to feel like you got something out of that session. And the therapist before the one that I have now, I wasn't feeling like I got anything out of it. I didn't feel like I was healing. I didn't feel like I was moving on. I just felt like I was talking about my issues, and they were just like, okay. Well, have you tried this app? And I'm like, I don't need an app. I need a way to cope, or I need to be told that it's okay to feel like this, or just whatever I need at that moment. I need you to be able to listen to me and delegate that. And it was tough finding that because me, I don't like opening up. I really don't like it. And I'm a very private person. I don't like crying in front of people. I don't like showing any type of emotion in front of people. And I especially hate having to retell my story to different people, because when I have to retell the things that I've been through in order for a counselor to kind of get a feel or understanding for me, it puts me in a funk for a couple of days, just because I'm just like, oh, I forgot that happened. Oh, I spent so much time compartmentalizing that I didn't even remember that that's what happened. Oh, and it's a lot to take on and deal with. Like the first appointment for me is just always the roughest, because I always go in with the wall and I'm like, we'll see. Hopefully it's the one, but I don't know. But so anytime I would start over with therapy, it would take me a couple weeks to a couple months to get back into the swing of things, because it was just like, this first meeting is going to be so freaking uncomfortable and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to relive anything. I want to just be okay. I don't want to okay, all right. And then I get over it, and then I go to the first session, and then I bawl my eyes out and go from there. And it wasn't until I found this I didn't find her, but through Starbucks, they have something called the Employee Assistance Program, which finds you a therapist, and you just kind of say what you want and how many miles you're willing to drive, and they find something for you, and they call them to see their availability, and you call and make the appointment that's good for you. So I didn't have to worry about that part. I just had to worry about making the appointment. And I started back in September. So I've been going consistently since September, every other week or so. And I was very reluctant and hesitant, and I had my wall up, and I didn't want to be open and honest, which is the whole point of therapy, guys. But you know, even though I try to practice what I preach, sometimes, you know, it's hard for me too. And I went, and I was like, oh, okay, she's sweet, she's all right. But what hit me the hardest was when I was talking to her, she would ask certain questions that would make me feel uneasy, and I would feel uneasy about it because I know that it's territory that I need to fix about myself, territory that after it happened, I'm just like, sweep that under the rug, don't worry about it. We won't even deal with that. And I tried to avoid telling her certain things, but she knew, and she was able to just kind of see past, I guess, my bullshit and was like, hey, has this happened to you? How old were you? Or like, she got things out of me in the first session that my other therapist didn't, with between 4 and 10 sessions. Like our first appointment, I was like, I think that you're the one. If not, you are the prototype. I was like, I think, dare I say it, you could be the therapist for me? Nah, let me give it a few more sessions, see how you're doing. And here we are about 5 or 6 sessions later, and I'm just like, I'm still wowed. Going to therapy is kind of peace for me. I feel like I've experienced growth seeing her, and sometimes I struggle seeing the growth in myself. I think we all struggle with seeing the growth in ourselves sometimes, and she reminds me like, hey, you're not Kiara from a year ago, you're not Kiara from 3 years ago, and you're not Kiara from 5 years ago. It's okay to celebrate things that you have accomplished, and they don't have to be big things. It can be little things, such as you used to do everything because people asked, and now you know how to say no. Or you used to be afraid to stick up for yourself, but now you set boundaries. Or you used to have anxiety to the point where it was scary to leave the house, and now you just hop in your car. So going to see her not only helps me to see the good in myself, but she gives me ways to think about things. She gives me ways to cope in healthy ways. It's not like, oh, just open an app and, you know, you'll be fine. She's like, okay, you have issues with trust because of things that people have done to you. And on our next session, we're gonna work on your trust issues. Next session, we're gonna work on you being open with your loved ones. Next section, we're gonna work on you being honest with them and not trying to put on a brave face just because that's what you're used to doing. Like she is essentially been the therapist I've been needing for such a long time, and I'm really glad that I stuck with trying to get into therapy consistently, because like I said, I feel like it's just something that everybody should do. It's nothing embarrassing about going to a therapist. Like if our therapists have their own counselors, like, you know, and it's healthy to have an outside, unbiased opinion who is quite literally there to help you. and it's helped tremendously. It's helped in my personal life. It's helped with my friendships. It's helped me get on the path to recovering from trauma. It's helped with not controlling my anxiety and depression, but in maintaining that, like not letting those things overwhelm me. And I feel like overall, not only am I a better person because of it, and I'm a better mom. Like, it lets me be a better mom. Like, things that used to frustrate me, I have more patience. Because I'm able to think things through and not react with emotion or react sporadically. And I feel like I get to enjoy Lottie now. I get to enjoy my alone time now. And it's just been a beautiful thing. I think sometimes we forget how much progress we're making in life. And sometimes we need those reminders. Especially for the days where we're just like, I feel stuck, I feel lost, I feel confused. And then when I'm going to counseling and I'm telling her, it's like, I posted this meme on my Instagram where it showed a therapist and a person talking to a therapist, and their thoughts were like balls of yarn that were jumbled. And actually, let me see if I can like throw it in the video. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I'll try it anyway. And as the person was talking, they were unraveling their thoughts, but it was clear to the therapist, like, and I just feel like that speaks monuments to people. So I'm really happy that I went, and that I didn't let the first meeting be the thing that kept me from going. And if it helps for other people out there, they also have children's counseling if you feel like you are a mom or a dad and want to put their child in therapy. I know that it's recommended for, I guess, kids with ADD or ADHD, and I know a lot of parents aren't wanting to put their children on drugs, which I completely understand. So if you ever were wondering if they do have therapy for kids, they do. And I think most start around age 3. So yeah, that's also an option. But I just know therapy has been such a big thing for me, especially just the type of person I am. I try to always provide an ear for people, but I suck at being an open vessel to others. Even though I have so many loved ones who I can trust and vent to and open up to, like, I'm so blessed in that area. But I'm just like, ugh. I always convince myself that we all have something going on, so suck it up, stop complaining. Like, I tell myself this while also telling my friends, hey, I'm here if you need me, if you need to open up, or if you need an ear, if you need a shoulder, you need to call me and cry, I'm your girl. And then they're like, hey, you all right? And I'm like, just tired. Like, I'm so bad at that. And it gets to the point where I am like a volcano and I spew over. But I've gotten better at reaching out during those times where I need to talk to people. And like I said, also going to therapy consistently really helps, because every 2 weeks I'm like, hey, you ready? Okay, cool. So this is how I feel. And she's great, man. Just find somebody that works for you. Find somebody who makes you feel like a better version of yourself, who gives you tools, who is open to the things that you need and the things that you work for you. The things that work for you. Don't be afraid to conquer those demons. I believe that we all have them. I believe the thing that separates us from each other is the people who are willing to tackle them and not use the things that they've been through as a crutch. It's really important to keep going and to keep trying even when you want to give up. Because, whoo, I just be wanting to not do nothing and just sleep. Like, sometimes life gets hard and you want to give up and you don't want to keep trying, and you're just like, what did I do to bring me to this place in life? And let somebody be there for you, whether preferably a therapist, but if you have to start by talking to a loved one or a close friend, find that person and also be that person. Don't just take, but also learn how to give. And yeah, conquer those demons, man. Be fucking fearless and be your best, healthiest version of yourself. It's one big circle: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And you can't have one without the other. So work on all those things. Just baby steps. It doesn't have to be giant leaps. You don't have to go all in immediately, but baby steps. You can do it. And just know that you're not alone. There are thousands of millions of people who do this, and you're not crazy, and somebody understands how you feel. So if you haven't heard it, and if you watch this video and realize that you need to hear it again, you are wanted, you are needed, you are loved, and the world wouldn't be the same without you. So I hope this was helpful for somebody. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.